Best versus the best.
Absolutely right.
Let's make the best fight in boxing.
And you and Tank is a fight that should happen. It absolutely should happen. And I believe it will. I mean, you guys are both in charge of your career. I think it's a good style matchup. Like you said, the networks are out of the way. The promoters are out of the way. He's flexible. You're flexible. I don't see why it wouldn't happen. When you guys meet, how does that fight play out?
Man, I ain't gonna give you no games.
You think I'm going to jump on the phone with Tank right after?
No, I would tell you this. I'm going to come out victorious.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I stand by.
All right. What's good? It's your boy Fanon, man, and I am happy this fine.
Shakur Stevenson stunned the boxing world with a fiery live interview, dropping a bombshell announcement about a potential clash with Gervonta Davis. The undefeated star spoke with conviction, fueling speculation of a mega fight that could redefine the lightweight division and ignite one of boxing's most anticipated rivalries.
Work together. Am I in the plans? Because I want the fight.
I'll tell you this. Tank has definitely said repeatedly, I want to fight Shakur. I want to fight Shakur.
If that's the case, if I'm a free agent now, I'm doing whatever I want, I'm going here fighting these guys, am I in the plan? Like, is this 6-fight deal something that's real, or was that like...
No, he's definitely got a plan. And there's a lot of fighters which are sort of in group. You sort of say, okay, here's the list of fighters that I'm planning on fighting. It might be 6 fighters, it might be 4, it might be 8. But when you lay out a plan like that, a deal like that, it's sort of like, okay, sometimes it's like 8 fighters, even though it's 6 fights, because not everybody's available all the time. So Shakur is definitely in that plan.
Okay.
And
I'm there, so it's gonna happen.
Shakur just want to know why Jake Paul skipped the line. Let's get to the meat of it. Like, how he skipped the line?
Former fighter and boxing analyst Greg Hackett believes a fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson could happen in 2026. He suggests growing momentum and fan demand may finally push both sides to agree, making it one of the most anticipated matchups in boxing.
And Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because it's your man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur.
Are you saying that because that's your man and you don't like Tank?
No. Hey, like I said, I respect Tank. Boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. Shakur is different. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. Tank is great for what he do. And I respect Tank in the ring and his skills and his power and his attribute. And he's smart.
Yeah.
He's definitely smart. He can box his ass off. And I'm not saying I would pick Shakur just because our differences. I'm telling you as a fighter.
Yeah.
I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn.
He posted on X Tank versus Shakur September 2026. Terence Crawford is confident that Stevenson would beat Tank despite criticism that Shakur is boring. Crawford says his defensive skills are elite, and Tank would struggle to land clean punches against him.
Who win out of Shakur and Gervonta?
Yeah. Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good fight. I like to go with Tank because of the, everyone's going to go with Tank, but it would be a very interesting fight.
How could, for us that are not boxing analysts, how could Shakur beat him if he can't hurt him? That would be my question.
Listen, you don't have to hurt him, you just have to outscore him. Shakur takes a good shot though. you know. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. And it's boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat.
So when the speed picks up and the aggression starts,
to bring out the best in Shakur, you gotta pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just a monster right now.
In an old interview, Mike Tyson said a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis would be very interesting to watch. He explained that Shakur doesn't even need to hurt him to win. He just has to outscore him with skill and movement. Tyson also believes Tank is the kind of opponent who could bring out Shakur's absolute best performance.
I certainly hope that it takes place. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to work very hard for this not to be true. They're not going to want it to be true. And they are going to try to lay all kind of crap out in front of everybody to make sure that this fight doesn't take place.
According to insiders, certain influential figures may attempt to sabotage negotiations, citing promotional conflicts, financial risks, or concerns over timing. Experts argue that rival networks, promoters, and vested interests could obstruct progress, fearing the bout's magnitude might disrupt existing business models.
It's a system. They are not these people are bought and paid for. We already know that. So the people that they support want Shakur Stevenson to go up to 147 to fight guys like Conor Benn, to fight guys like whoever at 147 pounds, right? But what will that make Shakur? Let's just be real. What does that make Shakur? That is going to make Shakur, basically, he's going to be stuck being an undercard fighter, like he's been stuck at being an undercard.
Analysts explained that boxing isn't just about fighters calling each other out. It's a business first. Even if fighters demand a fight, deals only happen when the financial side makes sense. That's why money plays the biggest role in making major matchups happen.
Boxing business, you get fighters, they go back and forth on Twitter, and they be like, let's fight. You gotta put the business in between that, because fighters will be fighting all the time just because they're arguing back and forth. But the business gotta make sense. So it's always about the bag. So that's why I feel like Turk Al-Sheikh come in, because he'll say, hey, here go the money, get these fights to happen. That's why I can't believe that Bud have to move up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, and David Benavidez was right there at 168 comfortably. That's why the business of boxing took over. But I respect Shakur for actually saying he want the fight. Where is he at in the 6 fight deal? And where is he at in the 6 fight deal? Is his 3rd fight or something like that with Tank?
It's a good question.
It's early. It might be 2 or 3 fights in.
You sure you're not freestyling?
Despite the inside politics, fans want this fight desperately. Boxing media expert Max Calandrillo captured the sentiment perfectly, calling Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis one of the biggest fights in boxing.
Like obviously, Shakur Tio was the hot fight that just happened, and now Shakur, obviously a hot fighter with his dominant win. Give me the one fight you would love to see 2 guys right now who are in their prime.
Off of that victory this weekend, I would love to see Shakur and Gervonta. You know, I think Gervonta and anybody in that, any of the top guys at that weight class is a great fight. Gervonta, Shakur, Gervonta Tio, Gervonta Keyshawn. I mean, that 135 to 140 pound weight class is hot right now. You know what I mean? But that would be a great fight. I think probably that would be one of the fights that would be the most anticipated. You know, if they can make happen, Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. By no means it would be easy for either fighter. You know, we just seen that Shakur Stevens was able to shut a great fighter like Teofimo down and made him look silly. So that would be a great fight, you know. And a big shout out to Shakur Stevens becoming a 4-time division champion. You know, he's on legendary status. He's on his way to be a Hall of Famer too, and he's still very...
Former welterweight champion Sean Porter views a potential showdown between Davis and Shakur as the best possible fight to be made in the sport of boxing. He believes that this matchup is a match made in heaven.
Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis is the best fight in boxing to be made. I think it happens next year.
Break down each one of these fighters, extraordinary fighters, historical fighters, strength. No, break down what is each one's strength.
Yeah.
And what is each one weakness.
I think I think out of the 3 of them, I actually like Shakur the most, because again, when I can look at you and not see what you see, to me that is extraordinary. Shakur is, again, it's like he's been there before. I watched him move in the ring, and he moves before the guy even throws his punch. You know what I mean? Like I saw him do that, and then to see him do that in live time in actual fights. There's a difference between sparring and doing what you do in sparring, and then being that comfortable in a fight. A lot of guys don't come to the ring as comfortable as Shakur is.
Once the headgear come off in them,
and he mean too. Yeah, and he mean too. You know what I mean? I think that's the best thing that Shakur got going for him is his reflexes and intuition, and his.
Terence Crawford revealed his top dream fights, spotlighting Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis among them. He believes these matchups could electrify boxing fans worldwide with elite skill, power, and legacy-defining stakes.
You've left the sport in good hands, and I believe you have as well. What are 3 fights that you want to see happen this year across any division?
It's tough to say because there are so many big fights to be made. I would love to see Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney. I would love to see Bam versus Anaway. I would love to see Shakur versus...
Crawford has openly criticized Davis, suggesting he knows he cannot defeat Shakur Stevenson. He believes Tank downplays Shakur's achievements and labels him boring to avoid facing a stylistically difficult opponent.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring, he's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, 3-weight world champion?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, you see right now.
Like how many actual real titles have Shakur? I mean, Tank had like what, 2?
Yeah, I think 2. He got
real,
WBA right
real
now,
titles.
the real one.
You know, and Pedraza, he drank Pedraza. And,
that's what Keyshawn said. But I feel like if you're the A side, you get the like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, but like let's do it on a even playing field. Like give that man enough time to train. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Shakur Stevenson has long pursued the fight, but it has yet to materialize, fueling ongoing debate about whether Davis is intentionally avoiding the challenge.
The face of boxing, and he get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different ability. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches coming my way, I know how to get away from them.
Right.
At any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter. But
Has there been any talks with Tank's team?
They reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer. And as far as that, we ain't heard nothing since then. Me and him fighting each other, we'll seal the deal on the kings of that division, the kings of this era, the kings of everything. So, like I've been saying it for years. The moment is gonna come, and when it happens, I'll be ready.
Why does Shakur Stevenson beat Gervonta Davis?
Because that I'm a better skilled boxer. I master the art of hitting and not getting hit, and he will be the person that will have to change up his style. He can't go out there and box and lose rounds. He will have to change up his style and just become full blast aggressor to try to have a chance in winning.
Shakur Stevenson has often explained that a potential fight with Gervonta Davis would come down to their very different natural abilities. Tank has devastating punching power, while Shakur relies on exceptional vision and defensive awareness to avoid punches and control the fight.
I was asking that just from a fighter, you know what I mean? No, I got Tank is my youngin', but I just wanted to know from a fighter's perspective, do you ever see, when you're talking about 2 of the best fighters in boxing, forget about all the bullshit that he's dealing with, boxing, will we ever see that? That's where I was coming from.
Nah, I got you, but like I said, if any fighter have an issue with me, because I feel like Tio was jealous of me. I told him this several times. Any fighter have any issue with me,
let's do it.
Sign the contract, turn the lights on bright, let millions come around the seats to see what's happening, and pull up on me.
Shakur responded to the idea that Davis might be hesitant by saying fighters should focus on making the fight happen regardless of outside issues. He emphasized competition and the desire to face the best.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football.
Gervonta Davis dismissed suggestions that he fears Shakur Stevenson. He stated that fighters usually worry about knockout power, which he believes Shakur lacks, and argued that defense alone does not win fights in boxing.
Tank is the guy, man. Tank's the guy I want to see Shakur fight next. However, I already know what it's going to be. Shakur definitely knows that he's going to have to take short money if that was going to happen. They're going to use that against him. I get it. They're going to say, well, look, you don't sell out no arenas. You don't bring anything to the table, so why? They're going to say, you're going to run all night. You're going to this. So, they're going to say everything they possibly can for the fight not to happen. But I think the fight should happen. Again, my money's on Shakur. I think the defense wins championships. I could be wrong. Tank is an animal. He can fight. But he has yet to be in the ring with a guy that's as smart as Shakur. And a guy that's on his level, IQ level. I still got Shakur because defense, man, you can't hit him. You can't hit him, bro. Like, Tank got the bomb, but if Tank can't land that bomb or figure out a way to land that bomb, then how is he going?
Timothy Bradley shared a balanced view, saying while he favors Shakur due to superior boxing skills, he can now see a possible path for Tank to win. He noted that Shakur sometimes fights to the level of his competition.
Alvarez, if you had to put money on a fight, I know you don't bet on fights, and the fight was Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson, who would you say would win?
Look, Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit, to hit him. But I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money on Gervonta.
Canelo Alvarez, when asked about the matchup, acknowledged Shakur's skill and movement, but ultimately favored Davis due to his power and aggressive style, believing it could be the deciding factor.
Get any real momentum off of that fight with Teofimo Lopez. What did he get? He got a bunch of systematic press. People talking about the fight for about a week and how great he is. And after that, it went right back into nobody talking about Shakur. Because Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star. But he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there. Is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really. But we live in this era where YouTube channels like the Boxing Voice, like Showbiz the Adult, like these other guys want to prescript and prescribe movements for fighters that really don't do anybody any good other than the backers of those channels, right?
A fight with Davis would give Shakur Stevenson the true star momentum he has been chasing. Facing Tank would test his skills on the biggest stage and could transform him into a global boxing superstar.